Hello and welcome. Today, I'm absolutely delighted to share with you the very first Majohn fountain pen we've ever looked at on this channel. And this is the Majohn Q1 Moonman. Let's jump right in. So before I open this, I should tell you that the whole reason I bought this pen was aesthetics. So it is really a striking and interesting pen. And I normally wouldn't spend any time at all on the box, but look at this. Feel the temperature of writing. Well, I'm no stranger to an interesting turn of phrase, so I think I love this. I'm not sure what it means, but I love it. So let's dive into this box and see the pen. Okay, so it's wrapped as you would expect. More and more pens are coming wrapped in this plastic. So before you get all critical, I think you know that. So we're going to take it out and have a look at this very charming and I'd say unique, but let's just call it slightly derivative pen. Maybe more than slightly. So this is the Q1 Moonman from Majohn. And it is clearly based on the Tombow Egg pen. Now the Tombow had a much more interesting nib, but this is a delightful pen with a standard shaped nib, but so short and so stubby, definitely has to be posted. Yes, I don't know if it would work at all not posted. Not really. But let's talk about this shape. I mean, there's something purely zen about it. There's something so balanced and so beautiful and so charming. I mean, it's such a girthy pen, but it's almost comical in its proportions. Look at this clip. Incredibly functional, but almost silly. I mean, it mirrors the broader shape of the pen. So it's sort of a repetitive pattern. In fact, if this were a solid pen, I think that'd be even more noticeable. But I do like that as a design element. It's intriguing. And I can't help thinking that this belongs in an Apple store or in an IKEA catalog. I think if IKEA were to put out a fountain pen, it would look quite a bit like this. But very interesting from a design point. Very girthy. And what we're looking at here is a resin fountain pen that comes in extra fine, fine, and medium. This one is a fine, a rare fine in my collection. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to write. So the pen is 20 millimeters in diameter, which makes it quite girthy. And it weighs about 36 grams, not filled. So, I mean, weight is all relative. There's a lot of different things that play into weight, not the least of which is the way a pen looks. I find that transparent demonstrator pens feel lighter than their solid acrylic counterparts, regardless of what the materials are. I will say the resin here is quite nice. It's very reflective of the light around it, very nice and polished, and it doesn't feel cheap. And that's pretty amazing considering that this pen can be had anywhere between $6 and $30. And I say that, and some people get critical of me, but it's true. You can pay whatever you like for these pens. They're available at a variety of prices on Alibaba, or you could buy it from your local pen shop or whatever online store you shop from. I bought this one from Alibaba, and it cost me around $12 US, which I think is a bargain. So I think right away you can see something is missing here. There's no cartridge, there's no converter, but there is something included in the box that will remedy this situation. A nice eyedropper. So this is an eyedropper pen. My experience with eyedropper pens is very limited, but I'm always looking to expand. So I'm absolutely delighted to fill this one, and I'm going to fill it with a Pen Chalet exclusive ink from Van Diemen called Saturn that I really like, but more importantly, My wife likes it because this pen is going to her right after I'm done with it. So I'm going to fill it now, and then we'll get into how it writes and how it feels in the hand. So our first step in doing this is to disassemble our pen, our charming little stubby pen, our little comical, beautiful pen that I'm absolutely delighted with. This is our ink reservoir. Here is our eyedropper. Let's see how this works out. I am prone to messes, so anything could happen. Okay. Here we go. Now the trick is to try to get the ink in there deeply and not to hit the threads too much. I am hitting the threads a bit, and that'll make it a little bit more prone to leaking. So you do kind of want to get it down in there. This has an absolutely tremendous ink capacity, but I'm not going to fill it completely. I like to have a little bit of air in there, keep things flowing and moving. But there we have it. That's a good fill. I'm going to clean up those threads a little bit. Okay, the threads are all clean. Okay, so let's now reassemble this charming pen. We have the ink reservoir and the nib section and grip right here. Screw that together. So this screws together very easily and it feels very secure. You don't want to over tighten it, but you do want it quite tight because you don't want ink leaking. So this is our beautiful pen, and this is what it looks like filled. I actually like this Saturn in there. It's picking up the color of the clip, just giving it a really nice uniform look. Okay, I'm going to clean up my workstation. Okay, for our writing demonstration, I'm using the Clairefontaine Propriété paper. This paper I use quite a bit when I journal outside the house. I use it for filming, and I also use it for notes that I then transcribe back into my main journal. It has a beautiful finish. You can express inks very well on this lovely Clairefontaine paper. I'm a big fan. Okay, so this is the big moment with our Majohn Q1 adorable Moonman fountain pen. Can you tell I just adore it? I just love how it feels in the hand. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But how is it writing? I can hardly wait to find out. It's actually a bit on the heavy side. When filled, and posted feels a little insecure if I'm being completely honest, but let's see how it writes. It doesn't write. Okay, so it didn't write right away. Took a couple of minutes of doing lazy scribbles on a piece of paper. Now that's not wholly unexpected. Eyedroppers, cartridges, sometimes they take a long time to write. I mean, sometimes I put a cartridge in a pen and then I leave it upside down for a day before I even try to write with it, because I don't want to be frustrated, and I didn't have the luxury of time to do that here. But it started to flow pretty quickly. So let's see, beyond scribbles, how this feels. Okay. I'll admit, it's got a nice flow to it. It is a fine, and it feels very much a fine. But it's not unpleasant to write with. The girth gives you a certain comfort in your hand. I think you guys know that I do suffer from numbness in my hand, but I'm having a good day. I'm able to get a nice grip on this with the girth, so it feels really nice. And it's starting to flow even more as I write. So I think it's getting warmed up. And really doing a decent job. So I will admit this pen feels very nice in the hand. The girth is very comfortable. It makes it nice to glide it and to write with it. I kind of wish I had a medium nib. I'm definitely more of a medium nib guy. I'm trying to write with finer nibs because I do find them to be better for journaling when you're trying to get more information on a page. Now, it's very easy to swap out these nibs. They screw right out. You can order another replacement on Alibaba for around $5. Anything you want. So very customizable in that sense. But I do enjoy how sleek and futuristic this looks. There's something very Stanley Kubrick about this pen. Very Space Odyssey. I really, really quite like it. Okay, final words on this charming and interesting pen. So I think for $12, this is a tremendous value. It will just hold up to whatever you throw at it. It's absolutely adorable. It has a beautiful design. It's derivative, but it's really the only one like it on the market right now. And it's absolutely compelling, beautiful, and a lot of fun to use and write with. So what do you think of the Majohn Q1 fountain pen? Is it something you're thinking of adding to your collection? Let me know in the comments. And if you've got this far in this video, please subscribe. I'd love to have you on this journey with us as we go to amazing places. And also, if you want to support the channel even more, membership is available. Come on behind the scenes and see what's going on there. So I make new videos every week, and I have a live show each Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I can promise you we will see each other again very, very soon, further up the road. So take care of yourself.